Hello, and welcome to another day of TA the Degen way. Just want to do a follow-up on yesterday's video and zoom on out a little bit and take a look at the macro outlook on Bitcoin and just kind of where we are here. Looking at the weekly, and you can see that if we take these lows here and copy and paste it up here, we kind of have a makeshift ascending channel going on. One thing I've also added on here, if we switch to our line tool, I've added on here these weekly closes. Here's a weekly close, and we currently are above this weekly close. We also have this value area low here. Now this is not measuring the volume all the way across. This is measuring the volume of when Bitcoin traded in this range previously. So here at 36,250 we have this weekly close. Here, this value area low, we have about 34,500 on that. And value area high of about 48.7. Throw that on there. And I drew this channel just looking at the close prices, to just following these highs. This is just a copy and paste, just a parallel channel. And you zoom in a little bit, there's still a little room for that push up to hit this POC still. Because what did we do? We pull our candles and wicks back on. I do like these Heikin-Ashi candles because it does make it just a little bit easier to see. Let's go to the regular candles here. There we go. So here's our value area low. What did we bounce off of? The value area low. And then now we have pushed up above this weekly close, and we got 2 days and 2 hours left on this weekly candle. If most of the volume in this candle is traded on the top side, that's a bullish candlestick. And if we can hold this 36,250 weekly close level, I do remain bullish for a little bit of sideways action and come on up and hit this POC at the $39,000 level and try to get a weekly close on the top of this ascending channel. One thing I'm noticing right off the bat is the fact that we're at the top. Here previously, if we just go back to our close prices, here's how fast that we actually traversed all the way across this channel. How long did we actually genuinely cool off here? And as you can see, when we hit the top of the channel before, we did put in a higher high. After that, we confirmed the high at the top of the channel in a sideways market. And that was back here to where we didn't really have any divergence. I wouldn't say that if we pinch off here, which we're getting awfully close here, but you can see we're slightly inverted as we're coming down to that zero line. And I still think that we will trade sideways. And then eventually, I don't know if this channel will still exist by the time we get way up here, but if we just make sure we kept that the same, that was 28 degrees. I don't want these videos just to be something where I tell people what I think the price is going to do. I have no idea what the price is going to do. I have thoughts and ideas about what the price can and may do based off of just regular reoccurring things, based on the idea of what has been shall be. So I would like to be very thorough in what I'm looking at and what I know a lot of other people look at to just learn how to evaluate these things for yourself. I mean, if we were to keep this ascending channel, we'd be looking at this value area high around September of 2000 or August 2024. I mean, that's still quite a ways away. That or else this channel, breaks down. Maybe we trade sideways a little bit, or maybe we just rocket right up on out of this channel and it means nothing. Maybe this channel is not valid, and maybe we're more or less bullish than we actually think we are. We could take this right here, kind of match up with this low here, kind of visually see we're probably pretty close to matching up down there, and think of this as the center of the channel. It's also entirely possible. Oh, it is 27 now. If we think about this as the center of the channel, and I can tell this needs to go up just a smidge already. Yeah, that's about right there. That looks about equal. Without measuring, I mean, just looking at it, that puts us at the value area high on December 11th of 2023. So I see two options there. We're still reaching that value area high, and I just don't see any reason why it can't be done. It certainly looks to me like it is doable, but it doesn't mean that will occur. We could still just trend sideways here as we have been. You can see our weekly momentum wave is getting ready to pinch off, and last time we got this bearish divergence where we played around here, had a little downtrend right here, came back up. So I don't think the exact same thing is going to occur, but let's say we came down here and came back up. That would be a little dip down in the wave and then get an even smaller little trigger wave, which, to keep this curvature intact of these trigger waves down here, it would have to happen awfully quick. I mean, even if we just draw a trend line and ignore curvature altogether, when usually there is a little bit of a curve to this, like this trend starts to get front ran a little bit, and it's probably as people get more and more bullish. But I mean, these are still my same targets: 39,100 at this POC, 48,000 up at this somewhere in between this weekly close and this value area high. But you can see that if we consider this ascending channel, we are definitely getting at the top. We could consider this to be the high of the channel and say that we've never even hit it. Maybe we push on up here, pull back to the POC, rest on it for a bit, and then pump on up to the value area high at 48.7. So I mean, that would look something more like this, come on down a little bit, and that very well may happen. We do still have this fair value gap down here that still certainly exists, but I mean, that's kind of what I'm looking at on the weekly. Is I'm seeing some pretty mixed signals, on the high time frame. We have put in a top here, or we have room for at least a little bit more. I'm still going to target the same level, and at the same time start counter trading a little bit at the top of some of our swing highs with some short scalps and leave a little bit open in case we do run on down. But I'm still going to hold on for this 39,000, and then we'll see. And if we remain bullish and we see some of the same continuation patterns, even though, I mean, there's a lot of bearish signals, there's also some continuation patterns. I don't like the way that this daily has now kind of curved itself out. We have obvious bearish divergence up here on the daily. It certainly can't ignore that. You can see this here, it looks like it's ready to curve to the downside. So let's just play that scenario out for a second. And last time we crossed this channel, this was the rate of decay, even though we had this nice big pump. But you know, this is how long it took to come down this far truly and then reverse. You know, this is not considering the volatility in between. I mean, if we look at that, you know, I mean, that would get us down to these lows here, you know. So maybe we can come down here, wick down here or something, and fill this gap, or maybe we just don't fill it at all. But the low of this here is, let's see, it's 36, about 36. No, that's not, no, 36,250. That's ridiculous. It is 33,500. So, you know, it certainly could occur. We've got this nice big God candle here that just with a quick hard rejection, but we haven't put in a lower low yet, you know. We do see his VWAP curving a little bit. We got bearish divergence. The money flow is starting to curl down just a bit. Hop out to the 2-day. One thing I do like is I like this VWAP kind of trending to the upside. That money flow is just about ready to cross over and bust into the green, and it hasn't yet. On our previous reset, we did. We broke nice and well into the green and rode into the green. If we follow these trigger waves here, you know, I would be expecting a top somewhere around here. I mean, I'm not convinced that we're done. I definitely see the argument for a solid cool-off. I'm expecting it just the same, either from our current price, but I would still like to see this POC get hit up here at this 39,000 area, and then get some kind of a pullback. And if we look at this here, let's switch this to our line tool. Now let's grab it in both size and shape. I mean, I just like it better up there. It just, you know, this is kind of the average range that Bitcoin traded in, derived from 2-day close prices. But we still have no consolidation in this area here, zero. So I mean, I could see price coming down here and wicking down into this area. And let's consider if price was to close right where it's at now. Let's go back to the daily. Oh, that's the hourly. We'll just jump on to the 4-hour. Let's take a look at the 4-hour. So this 4-hour, we still got the same nice big deep wave. Now I got this nice little trigger wave, but you can see these here kind of rolling over to the downside. It wouldn't surprise me if we get one more drop here still and get some bullish divergence on that 4-hour. So that's where I'm at on Bitcoin. Did we get a nice big heavy drop? Sure. But did we break structure? No. Still got higher highs, still got higher lows, and if we just were to pull a measured move on this real quick while I'm looking at it, just curious where that would put us. I'm just looking for any type of price action targeting that would get us up to that POC. But hey, if you want to learn some TA or you want to trade with us, come on into our free Discord group. There's a link in the description, or you can join us on TradingView under CryptoFile 622. But until then, trade well.